The unit manager job is the most important position in any franchise organization. And that is because these are the men and women that are leading the unit and implementing the business and the brand systems that actually decide what are going to be the sales like in that unit and what are going to be the profits like in that unit. Here, the American Franchise Academy, we have defined 6 specific critical responsibilities that all unit managers have within their job, and the importance that they are trained, capable, and maybe even an expert in each and every one of these responsibilities so that they can make the most profit out of that business unit that they are responsible for on behalf of the franchisee. In this show, I'm going to be sharing with you what are those 6 specific responsibilities that are so critical for the unit manager to be an expert at and know how to do it well so that the unit can get the maximum amount of revenue and profitability for the franchisee. So let's go ahead and get started with the first critical responsibility of a unit manager. And that is the responsibility to be able to execute the brand systems with a high level of excellence every day. The brand systems are the product, the service, the image, and the marketing that the franchisor offers in exchange for royalty fee. This is what the franchisee has spent so much time and effort and money to acquire and keep so that they can have the revenue that that proven brand promises. It is very important that the unit managers are an expert at doing those things because not only do they know how to do each and every one of these activities, but they need to be able to have the ability to teach their teams on how to duplicate those proven systems from that brand that has demonstrated the ability to bring revenue into the business. The second critical responsibility of a unit manager is the ability to lead and inspire everyone in their team to do an excellent job every single day. This leadership skills, leadership responsibility to inspire the team is a critical one because at the end of the day, even though we may be in the food service business, in the personal service business, in the educational business, it is said that we are in the people business because everything that the unit manager does is through people. So they need to be able to have the ability, the skills to be able to lead and inspire the people to do an excellent job at work every single day. The third critical responsibility that a unit manager has is the ability to staff their unit. They need to be able to have the right people in the right place at the right time doing the right thing. And while that might sound easy, it is probably one of the most challenging things that the unit manager has to do. So they need to be able to make sure that they have the right amount of people so that they don't have waste of labor, that they are in the right position, meaning that they have the abilities, natural abilities or trained abilities to do that particular job. They need to make sure that they are there at the right time, meaning not when there is no business, but when they're actually needed in that position so that they can be as efficient and effective as possible. And they need to be doing the right thing, meaning that they need to have the proper training so that they are following the procedures exactly the way they're designed to be so that they can be efficient and effective at their job. Everything, like I mentioned, is through people. Being able to have the right people in the right place at the right time doing the right thing is a very big challenge, and it is a critical responsibility of a unit manager. The fourth critical responsibility that a unit manager has is that of managing the revenue that comes into the business. They need to be able to make sure that they have a great customer experience when they are interacting with their customers, because that customer experience is what's going to have that customer come back and back again and tell others to come here too. And so the unit manager is responsible to make sure that the customers have a great experience and also to do the activities within their unit that will bring new customers in, whether it is through local store marketing or a great experience, or maybe even increasing revenue through upselling, etc. They need to be able to do this through other people, but they are specifically responsible to own the sales in the unit, because even though it's true that the brand is doing marketing activities, for the business to be able to be properly successful for the long run, the unit manager must own sales through customer service, customer experience, local store marketing, and the execution of the brand and business systems so that the revenue that comes in is secure, is healthy, and is increasing every year. The fifth responsibility of a unit manager is that to control the controllables. They are responsible to make sure that these costs, these expenses that the manager and the team actually has input on, that they can actually control and define the outcome, they need to own those. They need to make sure that these expenses are minimized as much as possible so that the profitability can be appropriate and healthy. There are not that many controllables, meaning expenses that the manager and the team can control, but for sure, labor cost is one. It's probably the biggest controllable expense that they can control. The second one is, of course, cost of goods. And if you're in a retail or food service business, this is probably the biggest expense in your business. Of course, that we have, maintenance, we have also credit card chargebacks, etc. There are certain things that the managers can control with the daily activities through their team. And that brings me to the sixth responsibility of a unit manager, and that is to represent the owner. Yes, the unit manager is there, and even though they might be their own person, the reality is that customers and the people at large, the community, see them as a representation of not only the brand that they're in, but also the business owner that owns that business. So that is a critical responsibility. They need to know how they should behave, what should they act, what should they say in a way that represents the business owner that they work for. This is a very important responsibility, and sometimes we do not provide enough information and training to the unit managers to know how to do that well. Obviously, the responsibility number one of executing the brand systems, franchisors for the most part do a great job at providing the tools and the training and the resources for them to duplicate the brand with a high level of excellence. But when it comes to the other responsibilities that are the leadership and management responsibilities, which are mostly the responsibility of the franchisee to provide, that's where most of the time we fall short. So if you would like to explore a program, a way to give your unit managers the training that they need so that they can excel at all these 5 critical responsibilities, I would like to invite you to visit us at AmericanFranchiseAcademy.com, where you can explore our managed program that is specifically designed for unit managers to teach them those specific leadership and management skills so that they can be great leaders and great business managers and help you achieve your business and financial goals for your unit. Again, thank you for being with me in this show, and don't forget to visit us at AmericanFranchiseAcademy.com and explore our program Manage that is designed for your unit managers to excel. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next show.